in heaven, obviously you're perfectly healthy, emotionally, spiritually, physically, no pain and all that. And yet, because I've thought about this many, many times, if there's something that God gives you to drink the from the throne, from the rivers of life, from the throne, the water that comes from under, however that goes, it seems like it would be hard to be edified more because you're perfectly edified. How? What would you describe as? Have you been there and felt the feeling as it goes? And how is it that that feeling is better than when
Well,
you're
first
already
of all,
perfect?
it depends on. There's so much activity in this throne room, depending on when you're there. I mean, you could be caught up maybe 5 times in your lifetime and see the throne will be there, but there's so much other activity. Sometimes the river of life flows from him sitting on the throne, and it comes all the way down the steps. People actually will lay on the steps and drink that. And
Really?
then sometimes he'll open throughout the whole throne room, and it'd be like it runs through the whole throne room, then out into the city streets, depending on whatever his purpose is for that. But I've been there seeing people actually drinking it as it's life. It's I can't explain it. It's like the greatest love you ever felt in your life,
Wow.
and you just can't ever get enough of him. That's why Christ said Christ loved his Father so much. He was so happy when he got to leave hell, and came up and he was glorified and appeared back before his Father. He was so happy when he was joined back to his Father. But people who go there undone, there's just so many things going on, but his presence is everywhere. But when you're there with him, it's like you either watch a concert or you're in it. It's the same
Yeah.
in the throne room. It's greater, the greater, or even the experience of it is greater when you're there in person than
Yeah.
just maybe seeing it from where your mansion is or being around heaven. But you're never away from his presence. But when you're there, a lot of people do. I keep watching the angels. I got to
Well,
stop.
I was going to ask you that, Kat, because I thought you're watching. I was about to ask you, what are you watching? Because I've never seen you look up while you're describing it, and you
There's a
just kept
portal
watching.
open over top of me right now.
Wow, because it was very clear to anyone watching that you were watching something. And so,
Yes. Yeah.
what else can you say about what you're
I'm just
watching?
watching. I'm watching part of the activity at the throne right now, and people are laying on the steps, and the river pours over them, in them, through them. A lot of people just want to drink it, and it just makes you fall in love even more with the Father.
Wow.
And people love to be in the throne, and then the celebration, and you hear the voice of the living creatures, and the whole throne room shakes. It shakes, and the seraphim dipping down out of the glory cloud. There actually is a real glory cloud that stays permanently around the throne, above, a little bit above the throne, and the seraphim live there. They live in that glory cloud. And they've been with him so long that their hair, long hair, looks like blue fire. And just watching them dipping down over the throne, declaring over the Father and over the Son. It's amazing. I don't feel sorry for anyone who goes to heaven. I
Right.
am rejoicing with them. I'm celebrating with them. And don't ever feel like you've lost your family members if you belong to Christ. You will never lose them. They move to heaven for a while, and then you will all be back together again one day. And all the things that happen to them in heaven, they'll be sharing them with you. They'll take you places to see in heaven.